He uses it as a proper name, but it is technically just a descriptor.
We should do the Fred Cat one.
Oh yeah.
Wait a sec. The room is welcome to go crazy to the.
It's supposed to go Fred.
Fred Cat or Fred Cat.
Fred Cat.
What?
Oh. See, I thought the
Everybody get your dancing legs ready.
Best driver Fred.
Fred Cat.
Yeah, Fred, what's up?
We're gonna test the
BidBot.
the Fred again.
With how?
Amazing Fred.
Is it not going to just blow up again?
Why don't we pick three?
If the modification we made is okay, probably not.
Okay.
Do you want us to pick 5 Fred from the chat?
It's never going to work.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the worst that could happen?
Only like 1 or 2 people bidding.
So we're going to try out Fred again. Which I think you know what we mean now.
BidBot does not count as a person in the room.
Fred, start it over!
No.
We'll be auctioning the skull of Fred.
Alas, poor Fred. I knew him well.
Yeah, so we're going to try BidBot again. We would appreciate it if you didn't go insane. However, everybody back at the Crash and Cam believes that they are elite enough and have hacksorted enough to make it work.
I don't think so.
Except for Crows, who does not believe. Except for Fred, who does not believe.
I'd like to make a personal appeal to the chat. We're trying to test here. Please don't go crazy.
Oh no,
For the children.
A mine heist.
This has been a message from Alex Daisy.
Yes.
All right.
What sort of song?
It's short.
I love the Inception button though. You can go to a website and it's just the button.
We need to go deeper, Fred.
Have you got the music piping through the channel there, Alex?
What?
Have you got the music piping through the stream?
1 second, I'm bringing it up now.
Well, it's
Let it rip.
It's getting late.
Well, we have to wait until we start.
Fred.
Stand by.
Oh boy.
Nice.
The Freds in the chat
Very
should
nice.
wait until the auction starts.
All right. Oh my God,
No
so many
boofers.
All right.
Yes, if you don't have a donor account, please just talk smack. Please don't bid. Bid only if you have a donor account.
This is my buddy Fred. He will bust you out.
Fred's a real jerk.
That's why he's dead.
All right, so where are we at, guys?
Are we ready to go?
Give me a second.
Dear Fred, Fred, and Fred. Okay.
So Almy, if you crash Fred,
Yeah.
there will be a lot of sad Freds. Land of the Fred.
Hold on.
Fred Pod Fredlebox.
Actually, I think if you use Fred, it wouldn't be very effective because Fred's not weak to Fred.
It'll tell you when the auction started. You will get a big notice on it. Please go easy.
Fred Garble.
Fred Garble.
Maximum Fred Garble.
I like
Maybe
Fred Garble.
just even only bid once. That's all that's necessary. Only bid once.
Yeah, actually, bid once.
Yeah. If
I
they
will
want you to
cut
bid
a
a
Fred.
second time, we'll just say so.
Fiber.
Matt?
Fiber.
Oh, I have to play the ad.
I'm sorry, I mean
1
Fred.
brown sugars.
Here we go.
I'm so bad at this.
Okay, so it started.
Stand by.
Hang on.
Thing to return.
Hold.
Yeah, I know.
Don't bother bidding unless you have an account, please.
Yes.
Thank you. This is Fred. That guy on earlier wasn't
So what
Fred.
did we say? 500 and 900?
He was a fake.
9,000.
Go. BidBot is going.
166 times madness. Do not throw a bunch of hundreds.
Wow, is this actually keeping up, Fred?
Okay.
Yes, let's make.
I
it
really
to
like the 333 million.
Wow,
Like,
okay.
ridiculous. I think it works.
Okay, kill it. It's hurting my brain.
2 bajillion madness.
Oh my God.
You guys, when we said don't scream those numbers, that doesn't mean make them bigger.
Okay, guys, stop.
Okay, so the bid just went too high.
Kill the music.
You
So
know,
the bid went too high, which crashed.
Any Fred happy
Okay,
Fred
which is never
correct.
going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Please
did
keep
ask you
your
guys
bids.
nicely.
No, it doesn't matter.
Guys, you're
okay.
crashing the block because your bids
Are-
are too high.
Are you happy with those results?
I would like to test
Ben.
it without it crashing because
I-
the bids are too high.
I think we.
Kudos, Banhammer, please.
I feel like, you know what? Let's just do an auction.
As long as
that is the only way we're going to be able to properly test this.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Do you have a live
Oh,
option
what?
that you want to do?
Matt, go grab something.
Fred.
Fred.
Fred,
go grab something.
Go grab something. Sorry.
Take Fred with you. He will keep you company.
Fred.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Sorry?
Red file to grab something?
No.
Live options all
It's in
Fredo, not
Yeah,
Frodo.
and-
Fredo.
Like, what can I grab?
Hold on. Let me.
Here, you go.
Fred.
You go do it. I will
Fred.
guest drive.
Fred.
Fred's driving.
I think we need name
Fred,
tags.
it's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Froggins.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take Fred.
I believe Froggins actually counts as a violation of the.
Should we reset?
I
the
will
Fred
have a
rule.
name. I will cut a Fred.
No, we won't reset because they're always missing.
Okay, let's do some Dear Dr. Lura
Fred.
questions while we wait.
Dear Dr. Fred.
Dear Dr. Fred.
We all get to answer at once and make no
Dear Dr.
sense.
Twilight. I think you're actually Dr. Twilight.
Who's Dr. Fred?
Dear Dr.
Oh my
Fred, favorite presenter, Fred, or Fred?
Fred.
Fred, yeah.
Fred.
Yeah.
No, Fred.
I'm not certain this is gonna work, Matt. Fred. Fred, Matt.
Fred.
I am the worst at this, by
You
the
are
way.
the worst at this.
Dear
Dear
Dr.
Dr. Fred, how do you shuffle your decks?
We're gonna read that one.
I am a big fan of the riffle shuffle, mostly because I read a big article about how to how to cheat doing pile shuffling.
What?
And how it is routinely used for mana threading, but like illegal mana threading, because you can play it for play the probabilities in it really easily. So I don't pile shuffle anymore. That said, a good way if you're playing in a more formal format to win by default is to pile shuffle your opponent's decks, because you can then count the cards in their deck while you do it, and if they don't have 60 cards in their deck in certain formats.
I have to ask Fred then, the card sharp, how easy is it to do something like that, or do you have to really train?
Really easy.
Pile shuffling?
First I've heard about that being used in Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, all you have to do is land on top of your deck, rest the cards on the bottom of your deck, which is not that hard to do between matches.
Right.
And you can basically pile shuffle into 5 piles, and what that pile shuffling into 5 piles does is it basically puts it basically makes your cards alternate, land card, land card, land card. Then you do it a second time, and the second time you do it, it's like 2 cards to 1 land, and you end up with a perfect mana thread. There are mathematical models out there to show you how it works, and it's literally land, 2 cards, land, 3 cards, land, 2 cards, land, 3 cards.
It's the same
Dirty,
reason.
rotten, cheating Freds.
It's the exact same reason why you take a brand new pack of cards, and if you can perfectly shuffle, if you shuffle the cards 8 times and you turn the deck over, it'll be a perfectly organized deck of cards again.
Yeah,
because
there's
eight perfect shuffles at 1-to-1 rotates your deck 100% to how it was before.
Fred in the chat there says the double nickel pile shuffle it into 5 piles twice, doing it the right way, and you end up with all your cards back in the same order that you had them begin with.
Which is why I now do a large pile shuffle of a random number basically, and then shuffle my deck afterwards. Basically, sort the mana through the deck and then shuffle it up. To actually
seven riffle shuffles are enough to effectively randomize a deck.
There's
maximize randomization.
So Fred, the way I shuffle, I can't remember the name of the shuffle style. It's when you take the 2 halves of the deck and you just wedge them into each other.
Oh, split shuffling.
No, there's a fancy name for it.
There is.
It's like a Vegas name. Who knows the name of that shuffle? I feel like I should know it.
It's where you take half the deck and you're basically doing a riffle shuffle without riffling.
But the reason I do that is because I don't like riffle shuffling because it bends my cards.
That's the exact same reason I don't like riffle shuffling either, which is why
because I have some cards that are worth money.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would like to resell later.
Fred in the chat says pile shuffles are fine as long as randomization happens before and after, and you can randomize via pile shuffle as well. You just have to use weird numbers of piles and randomly place cards in piles. But it takes so much longer to do an effective pile shuffle than it does to do like a wedge shuffle or a riffle shuffle that there's literally no point in doing it.
Fred also asks, Dear Dr. Fred, how is it that you can never pronounce my name correctly whenever you say it? It's Fred.
It's
We're
Fred.
saying it correctly.
Yeah,
alright.
we're totally saying it right. I know what you're talking about.
Well, unless it's, you know, that European Fred.
And on that note, this Fred is leaving.
Bye, Fred.
Bye.
Sleep.
Bye, little Fred.
See you tomorrow.
Dear Dr. Fred,
Small
are you
Fred.
guys excited for Skyward Fred as I am? I'm not, because
Okay.
it's a Wii game, so...
Alright, guys.
As much as I love...
Oh,
Right.
here comes Fred.
Fred has returned. So we figure the only way to properly test BidBot or Fred, I don't really care,
Fred.
is to actually do a real auction where real money is spent. All right. So if you would like to partake in this auction, this live auction, you will need a donor account. To do so, is it donor.desertbus.org?
Yes.
Donor.desertbus.org. All you need
Fred.
to do is give us your email and a password. That's it.
Use the
Also,
same
like-
email that you used to authorize your chat account.
Listen to Fred. He's a smart man. All right.
Remember, your bids are legally binding contracts.
So I went upstairs into the prize mines, and they are plentiful. However, I was terrified to touch any of the live auctions because Callie and Kathleen scared the living crap out of me during
Yeah.
Desert Bus.
And
Yeah.
because
So-
That's why I didn't want to go.
So-
And
so-
also, Fred and Fred, thank you.
Right.
Fred and
Fred
Fred.
scared the crap out of me. So I chose a giveaway, which we've now turned into a live auction, which I feel can be done justice.
Oh,
This,
I know
believe-
which one this is.
This is called the Bulletstorm Xmas Pack.
Oh.
So, with
Here
this,
we go.
you get a Bulletstorm Nutcracker, which is kind of hard to see through the cellophane,
Try the dot camera.
but it's there.
If you don't have a donor account, go now!
Yeah,
walk
go now
or
while we-
run, don't walk!
Yeah, that's
Go
impossible
before
to
there's
see.
still time.
Yeah, put it on Fred
You
Cam.
can probably even walk, just don't like lollygag.
So
Why must I
there's
be-
that. But then, along with the awesome Nutcracker, you also just get Bulletstorm the game,
Yay!
Epic Edition. All right.
Okay, we're gonna give you. Let's give them
So we're gonna give you a couple
a
minutes.
few minutes to go register your donor
set up-
accounts.
which you know you want to do because you know you want to bid on this stuff, and we realize this is the only true way of testing Fred. You feel like you can do it.
We do need to kind of crack down on the fake bids as well because, as Fred was saying, it slows the process down if people who don't have accounts make fake bids.
If you do not have an account, please do not bid on the item.
We will.
This Fred will ban you.
If you are legitimately interested in bidding on an item, go register a donor account.
He's not kidding either.
Use the email that you've used to authorize your account in the chat. If it is not the same as your PayPal
NTC.
account, please include your PayPal account in your
James?
profile as well.
Yeah,
This copy of Bulletstorm is NTSC.
it is NTSC.
I
Yes,
think most
it
of the
is
games
NTSC
have.
region,
Pretty much everything we've got is going to be NTSC.
yeah,
Sorry to all of
whatever
people who
North
have
American
players.
region code is.
So
Import.
I will hope.
appropriate
Pros,
from
do you
Fred.
want to help
Fred?
Icefall? Sorry, Fred, do you want to help
We need
the
a-
guy with the yellow name in chat, who I can only refer to as Fred?
Fred.
Ice Fred.
He says, "Am I
Ice
missing
Fred.
something? Bidbot isn't." Jesus, I almost crashed the bus.
Yo, okay.
Ah.
Okay, I see him. Yeah.
Maybe you want to take back over, Fred?
Fred, I will end you.
Yeah, I'd end myself. And
Man, now I lose my seat.
How much
Sorry.
Fred would Fred could Fred?
All right.
Dr. Fred on the microphone. It's called a Faro shuffle. Everyone was wondering
A
what that
frizzling
was.
amount.
I'm getting some appropriately.
Can you do me one favor?
Also, I'm Fred, if you recall.
They did say they don't see Fred in there. I guess he won't be bidding this time.
Alex, what are you doing?
Fred from Sweden.
Why did you
I just
change it?
no, I just remounted my.
Oh,
Bodied
Oh.
Fred. Who's that?
There's a Desert Bus music
Fred,
folder
can you light
on
up a light?
Kelly. If you want to copy that to the desktop and then dismount the drive,
Oh, how do I do that?
I will show you. I'm gonna teach Matt. Fred,
We have 14 more minutes of Freding here.
because I've got some of this stuff.
Dear God.
Wait,
Freddy,
this is for
Fred.
an hour?
No, half an hour.
Half an hour.
Half a Fred.
We have 13 minutes and 58 seconds left, Fred. All right.
Oh, I heard 44 minutes.
It's
So
bid underscore your amount.
Or bid space your amount.
how
or bid
are we?
space.
Are you guys ready back there?
1 sec.
Give me a minute.
Don't worry about it yet. Let's maybe not worry about the music right now. Let's just get this working.
How do I dismount it? Just eject it?
Drag it to the trash.
I always wonder.